Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm back with one more video, and today we have one of my college friend Sinchana with us. Great friend, a great woman being. So today she'll be giving a complete talk regarding QUINNOX company. And in this video, guys, we'll be looking it's a hiring procedure and what kind of questions she got during the assessment, and how many number of rounds are there in the technical round. And also we'll be discussing regarding the GD topics, the group discussion topics she got during the technical round. And after that, we'll be discussing regarding its service agreement and the internship stipend. Everything we'll be covering in this video, guys. And if you're not a subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon and subscribe. And guys, we also have a Telegram community group called VGrow. If you're not yet joined a group, link has been put in the description. And without wasting much time, let's start to talk with Sinchana. Hi, Sinchana. Welcome to the channel, firstly.
Hi Akshay, thank you for having me.
Pleasure, Sinchana, pleasure. So, firstly, congrats for being selected at QNX company.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So, without wasting much time, we'll jump to our main talk, Sinchana. Just give a small
Yeah.
insight regarding how was your, QNX interview experience? How about you?
I actually had to say that this experience was quite long.
Mm-hmm.
So I was little nervous, and in the middle, right? Like you have given your
Mm-hmm.
assessment, and you have to wait for 2 months. So for this company particularly, I gave my assessment on Feb 3rd. So
Okay.
the result was announced immediately, but
Okay.
the next round was in June.
Okay.
So I had to wait for so long days, and
Okay.
I did not had any hope that I will be getting into this company
Company.
again.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So I try, yeah. Then when they announced that the next rounds will start from June, so
Mm-hmm.
I gave my try. So
Okay.
it worked well. So when I had to talk about my interview experience, the
Okay.
first round was the basic aptitude
Mm-hmm.
assessment. So
Okay.
where they cover mathematics,
Mm-hmm.
as we all know, then
Yep.
logical reasoning and the basic English questions. For us, we did not had any coding questions, but the
Okay.
aptitude was little tougher
Mm-hmm. Okay.
to clear or something.
Okay.
So once the aptitude is completed, as I said you, like after 2 months,
Yeah.
we had
Mm-hmm.
a group discussion. A
Okay.
group discussion.
Mm-hmm.
The group discussion topic was like work from home is a boon or a curse.
Mm-hmm.
Like as you
Okay.
know that
Yeah.
there was a lockdown that time in
Mm-hmm. Okay.
2021.
Mm-hmm.
So that time they had given this topic like
Mm-hmm.
whether it is a
Yeah.
boon or a curse. So I went on talking about it is a curse because
Okay.
work get procrastinated and you have to
Okay.
keep working for longer hours. If you are at the office, you will complete your work
Mm-hmm.
by 8 hours
Okay.
and it is fine. In the home, you have to do
Mm-hmm.
a lot
Yeah.
of work.
Yeah.
That was my group discussion.
Mm-hmm.
So I talked about like this. Then after few days, I
Mm-hmm.
guess after 1 or 2 weeks,
Okay.
our results had come, and we used to get a call
Okay.
from our HR.
Mm-hmm.
They used to tell us like next round will be scheduled by tomorrow, so
Okay.
you should please join.
Mm-hmm.
Then I there was a first basic technical round which was last for about 6 to 7 minutes. Like
Okay. Mm-hmm.
it was all about a basic self introduction and a
Basic. Okay.
very basic computer knowledge questions. For example, they asked like what is data types, what
Mm-hmm.
is
Okay.
variables,
Mm-hmm.
what is
Okay.
C language, what is C++, what is computer language. So those things. At last, she mentioned that one of our HR mentioned that like I usually they don't mention anything like whether you are selected or
Select or
not,
not. Yeah.
but she at last she mentioned that I have a positive opinion
Okay.
on you, so we
Mm-hmm.
will look forward. So
Yeah.
she mentioned at last, so
Mm-hmm.
I had a little hope that I might be get selected to the
Selected.
next
Okay.
round.
Okay.
So after I used to usually there were 5 rounds. One
Okay.
is apti, one is group discussion, one is basic technical round,
Technical
one is the
one.
main technical round, and the last one is
HR.
interaction and one more last technical round.
Okay. Hmm.
So there was a 10 days gap between each
Okay.
technical round. So after that basic technical round, I had a second main technical round which was last for about 28 to 30 minutes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
There they asked about Java questions.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very basic
Mm-hmm.
and a little programming knowledge questions. For example, they have asked what is an example for real life example
Mm-hmm.
for Fibonacci series.
Okay.
So those kind of questions they have asked, and HTML questions like
Mm-hmm.
what are tags, what are they used for, and
Okay.
CSS. So those questions were covered in this 28 to 30 minutes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So again, after 10 days, I'll get a call.
Okay.
So this will be your last round.
Last
So
one.
it will be scheduling, so tomorrow you join. So
Mm-hmm.
every night or before a day I used to get a call. After 10 days I have to
Okay.
wait for 10 days
10 days.
literally to get to know that I have selected
selected
for
or not.
next round. Even college will not be
Hmm.
get to know
Yeah.
him.
Hmm.
They'll give only the last result, right?
Yeah.
So at the last round, there was the questions about cloud computing, machine learning,
Hmm.
artificial intelligence, everything.
Okay.
And at last, they've asked about my weakness,
Hmm.
strength, and for example, they've asked me this question that where do you see yourself from next 5 years?
5 years. Okay.
By mistake, I did not answer that properly, but then he corrected that no, you shouldn't answer like this.
Mhm.
So I thought I might not get selected.
Okay.
So at last, after this round, again after 10 days, I have to wait for my final result. So
Okay.
we used to have a placement group. So there,
Hmm.
I guess out of 33, 9 people were selected from my college. Okay,
Okay.
I was
Hmm.
one among that. So I felt like really very, very happy. That day
Okay.
was my happiest day. June 1st was my final result
So okay.
that I was got selected into QUINNOX.
So assessment was in the Feb month and done was
Feb
completed
3rd.
Feb 3rd and completed on
Yeah, the
July 1st.
assessment process completed is in June 1st. I got my result.
Okay. Feb, March, April, May, June. Okay, June 5 months
Yes.
almost like 5 months. All right. So,
Yeah, almost 4 months.
so basically it was like on campus hiring, right? On campus.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was my college. Yeah, from my
All right.
college.
So as you mentioned, if looking into the overview, what you said until now, it was like in assessment there will be no coding, but we have to make sure that the aptitude is kind of a moderate level, correct? More than a moderate level,
Yes,
difficulty level.
moderate to difficult
Hmm.
level.
Okay. So GD, so guys, looking into the Sinchana's, output, like in GD topics will be decided based upon the current affairs. So the topics will be given on this part. Make sure that you are good, having a proper knowledge regarding the current affair. So in her case, she got a topic like, like work from home is kind of a curse or a boom. So, like topics might be decided based upon the current affairs. Just a small insight from my end. And coming to the TR1. So it was all about basics, I guess, right?
Yeah, it was a very basic questions
Hmm.
related to computer
Okay.
languages only.
And
And the
in
self-introduction.
all right. So I just had a small doubt, Sinchana. You mentioned regarding the group discussion. So, like, were they choosing specific candidate to argue against a particular topic, or you are?
It's not argue like
Hmm.
right, that if you get to argue, that
Hmm.
will turn into a debate.
Yep.
So group discussion is you wait for an
Hmm.
person to talk and complete in his
Okay.
words,
Hmm.
and you put your point.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
that is basically group discussion.
Awesome.
So I had to wait the other person let
Hmm.
him complete.
Okay.
Then I raised my points,
Hmm.
like whichever I feel is good.
Hmm.
So make sure that you
Hmm.
are adding your points like immediately, because
Hmm.
in ours it was everything was online, and in
Yeah.
the
Hmm.
online you don't know that which person will switch on the mic
Yep.
and
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
they'll
Agreed.
switch off the mic.
Agreed.
So you
Agreed.
should be very quick in such a way that immediately after the person stop his conversation,
Hmm.
you should start immediately. It should not turn into an
All right.
argument, like
Got it.
you can politely you can say from my side something,
Yeah.
you can start and you can add your point.
You have to be prepared. Once the other point
Yes,
is done, make sure that you start immediately. So yeah,
yes.
I just told you that like, did they mention to turn on the camera? Is it off? How was it?
Yeah, yeah. For group, for aptitude also, we need to turn on the camera. For group discussion,
Good.
obviously, it is very important
Chalo. All
to
right.
turn on. For every thing, we had to turn on the camera.
All right. In second technical round, Sinchana, like, did you get any, situation based question? Like, they'll be giving a situation and they'll be seeing like how you're gonna react to that situation.
It was not a situation. No, I did not face any situational based questions. I feel like programmatic questions more.
Okay.
As I told you, like what was the real life example
Okay.
possible on this case.
All right.
And it depends on the HR also. They
Mhm.
might ask us to code immediately, but my HR he did not ask me to code anything. He just asked me the
Mhm.
questions, code
Okay.
questions.
Okay. So how was it basically? Is it in a kind of oral kind of interview, or they said you to share the
For
screen?
me, it was a oral kind of interview. For me,
Okay. Okay. So they might be a chance that they instruct you to share the screen and code in front of them.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah. It happened. It happened also for a few of my friends. So
friends.
it might happen. For me, it was not there.
Chalo then. So last round was kind of a HR. So it was a similar question.
Yeah, it
Like
was a kind of. It was both. It was kind of HR also, and it was kind of a technical also, where
technical.
there's like every basic of like cloud computing,
Hmm.
machine learning, artificial intelligence,
Okay.
everything.
All right.
Very basic.
So all right. So yes, Chandana, we have covered its hiring procedure. We look into its package and is there any service agreement bond and any internships type and all. So any talk on role and responsibility, Sinchana?
Currently, my role and responsibility, I am currently working for an RPGLE technology, like RPGLE developer.
Okay.
It's a bit older technology, but
Mm-hmm.
other friends have in the group of nine also they have segregated to few peoples, and only I was put into some other technology, and few people will put into some other technology.
Okay.
So my technology is RPGL as a
Mm-hmm.
developer. You know, right, the roles and
Mm-hmm.
responsibility of a developer. Like first thing is analyze,
Mm-hmm.
development, test.
Okay.
So
All right.
those things.
All right. So is there any service agreement bond, Sinchana? Like bond will be there, no?
Yes, currently I'm having 18 months bond. So like I had 1 year of probation period. So
Okay.
I recently completed that.
All right.
August 16th was my joining date. So last August
Mm-hmm.
16th, I completed my probation period, and I have still 6 more months to go. Sorry.
Hello.
So if I complete the 6 months, then my bond will be get completed.
All right.
And there was no internship in this.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be having a same salary from the beginning, from the day of your joining.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Like in the few companies you can see like 3 months of internship and they'll be
Again
giving
later.
half
Yeah.
of your
Mm-hmm.
salary, but
Yeah.
in Quinox, as far as I know, like
Mm-hmm.
there is no like internship, there is
Mm-hmm.
no like stipend.
Okay.
It's called a full salary,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll count the salary from the day of your joining.
DOJ. All right. Got it.
Yeah, from the if you're joining in the August 16th, so from that day
Mm-hmm.
your salary will be counted. So that I felt it's a very good about Quinox. Like they have counted from the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like in few of the companies, they used to take
Yeah.
one day
Yeah.
orientation, one
Yeah.
week orientation, right?
Got it. Got it.
It was included in Quinox.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll count from the day of your working. So that was good.
All right. So any talk on its package, Sinchana?
Yeah, initially it was 3.5 lakh
Mm-hmm.
of
Okay.
package. So
Mm-hmm.
now they have increased to 3.75 lakh for a fresher.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
For a fresher.
All right.
So then after your probation period, there will be
The-
a hike,
Okay.
normal basic hike. Then after 18 months, we have to see. I don't know.
Chalo. All right. So like currently looking into the current scenario, like how is the working mode? Is it hybrid mode or is it work from home or is it work from office? How is it?
Yeah, I had a work from home for a few months. So from last 2 months, we are having a work from office like every week,
Mm-hmm.
twice you have to visit
Okay.
to us. And it's not too compulsory,
Mm-hmm.
but if it is possible, you can visit the office weekly twice. So that is how it is working now.
All right. Chalo then. So yeah, Sinchana, we have covered its hiring procedure and also its role and responsibility on. Last but not the least, any suggestion to audience, Sinchana?
If you ask from my side, so be strong in your aptitude because that is the first and very basic round. If you clear aptitude, right, like the rest of the rounds, it will be not
Mm-hmm.
so difficult.
Mm-hmm.
You might think that okay, they might ask some other beyond our questions, but
Mm-hmm.
they'll come to the very basic questions, and they'll for each and every technical questions make an habit of giving an example and
Mm-hmm.
explaining
Yeah.
them. So, for
Mm-hmm.
example, if they are asking about objects, so
Yeah.
you give an example of objects. If you are
Mm-hmm.
asking about class, give an example of class.
Mm-hmm.
So, for everything, like make a habit of
Mm-hmm.
giving an example and explaining, so that
All right.
makes an
Mm-hmm.
impress. And don't keep in your mind that you have to answer all the
Mm-hmm.
questions, then only you will be get
Yeah.
selected.
Mm-hmm.
The way you answer is very important. Out
Yep.
of 10, if you answer 6,
Mm-hmm.
so make a habit that you answer 6 very thoroughly with an
Mm-hmm.
examples. So
Agreed.
that doesn't matter, you have to answer 10 out of 10. So that will be my tips
Suggestion.
to for a technical and yeah, suggestion. And when it comes to group discussion, I don't know about offline. You can raise your point by looking
Okay.
into the
Mm-hmm.
people's
Mm-hmm.
face,
Mm-hmm.
but off online, make sure that your point is ready
Mm-hmm.
immediately, and it's better if you start the
Mm-hmm.
discussion,
Yep.
and if
Yep.
not also
Mm-hmm.
make sure you deliver your points firmly and flexibly.
So yeah, Sinchana, completely agree with you. And yeah, guys, as Sinchana was mentioning, whenever you got a question from the panelist, make sure that directly giving a definition of a asked question, just try to give approach in giving a real world example. So they'll be checking like how much you have understanding regarding the concept and all. Just try to give answer in form of example. So they'll be getting a clarity that you know something about the asked topic and all. And coming to the GD, make sure that you are ready with your point. And whenever you are making your delivery, delivery in politely instead of rushing your point. Just give your point in the polite way so that they will be getting a positive impact on your approach. And that was my small side from my end. And Sinjana, really appreciate you for taking time and joining us and giving your interview experience to our audience. Really appreciate you, Sinjana.
Sure. Thank you, Akshay.
And yeah, guys, this is about today's talk. And if you're not a subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon and subscribe. And as I mentioned earlier, we also have a Telegram community group called VGrow. Our link has been put in the description. And Sinchan, once again, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you, Akshay.
And yeah, guys, this is about today's talks in the next video. Take care. Bye.